we would ask them to come and do a presentation for us. So if we look at Vietnam round, we had about 5 to 8 teams who came and presented to our senior leaders on their idea. And we again shortlist. We pick like the top 5. And the top 5 teams actually go through some intense mentoring and stuff with our directors, with our senior leaders in the organization. And when we pick the Vietnam winner, they actually have to compete with the team Indonesia in our regional round. That team only can take part in the global round. So there are actually different levels that you need to pass through to compete in the global level. And if you win the challenge or win the competition in the global level, you will be awarded £50,000 if you win. And for the runners up, it's 25,000 each that we are looking at. So just to give you some context in terms of what are the criteria we look at in your proposal. So the first element is how attractive is your product or your solution. Whether it's an original idea, whether customers will be interested in that idea, what is the feasibility of the product? So that is the first marking criteria that we look at. The second point is basically around sustainability. What is the impact to the environment, to the social element, to the governance element on this idea? The third is the value, attractiveness. Whether this is scalable. Can this idea actually be done in a big scale? What is your competition looking like? Do you have a unique selling proposition? What is your revenue model? So that's on value attractiveness. The other element we look at is your executional strategy. What are your key KPIs? What is your measure of success? What is your risk? What is your mitigation or contingency plan? And then we'll also look at the team. So what is your capacity? What's the strategy? How does the teamwork look like? What is the diversity in the team? And the last marking criteria that we look at is the actual presentation. So when you go up to the global level, you only have 7 minutes to present your idea. So your idea needs to be crisp, your idea needs to be short, your storytelling needs to be impeccable. So you have 7 minutes to present, and then there will be 13 minutes that the global leaders of the company will ask you a couple of questions, and then they will see the feasibility. So our global round is actually happening next Tuesday and Wednesday, and they are going to be announcing the global winner by end of next week. So Team Vietnam will be participating in the global round on Tuesday. And they've actually done a lot of mentoring with our local leadership team, with our regional leadership team. So we are hoping that, they can get some placement in the competition. Now, are there any questions, guys?
So I think I will pick some question from the list that the students sent to the organizer before we start the event. There is one question which is, if I do not know anything about tobacco category, can I and should I join the competition Battle of Mind?
Yeah, so there's absolutely no connection with Battle of Minds and the industry that we are in. So most of the ideas that are coming through from the teams has nothing to do with tobacco, and we don't want you to talk about tobacco also. So let me just take an example. If you take the winning team of Battle of Minds this year, their idea is to provide sanitary pads which are produced by banana waste. It has nothing to do with tobacco, nothing to do with the company, but it covers the aspect of circular economy. How are you taking waste and making something out of it? And the social element of it is that they are targeting the rural women who actually don't have access to sanitary pads. So that is their target audience. So that is the winning idea. And none of the ideas that we got have anything to do with the tobacco industry. It's like I said, it's sustainability is the focus when it comes to Battle of Minds. You don't need to know anything about our industry.
Okay, thank you. The next question is, if I could not make it to the final round, is there any opportunity for me to take an internship in BAT?
Yeah, so basically standardized, what we are looking at is if you're in the top team, you can be shortcut into our assessment center for management trainee programs. And if you're in the top 3 teams or so, you will be shortcut into a management trainee interview stage, which is a first stage. And there will be enough and more opportunities in terms of internships, but it's the only caveat is it's not guaranteed. But definitely, if you have the background of being in a team of Battle of Minds, it carries a lot of weight. So that is something that we will positively look at. But depending on the availability of internship opportunities, definitely we will be considering you guys. And even currently, we do have a lot of people working for BAT who have come through Battle of Minds. So one of our brand executives is actually from the 2020 team.
Okay, thank Ms. Kushani. The third question actually is not relating to the competition, but actually the management trainee at BAT. So what is the unique point, or what like the management trainee at BAT different from other management trainee program in the market?
Okay, so our management training program is basically for 18 months. So we hire management trainees, or we actually call it a global graduate program. We don't go by the name management trainees. So we usually hire for functions of finance, operations, HR, marketing. Those are the most prevalent opportunities that are out there. Actually, we will be opening up a vacancy for operations, that is manufacturing and supply chain, as well as finance GGs in the coming months. So please have a look around it. If you guys follow our BAT Vietnam careers page, all of that information will be posted there. What's different, I would say, is the support, is the global exposure that you can get in by joining BAT Vietnam. Because being one of the leading multinational organizations in the country, it gives you a lot of opportunities. Like for me, example, I actually joined as an intern, and then I was given the role of a management trainee, and I've been in the company for 9 years. I've worked in 4 countries, all within 9 years. So that's the level of opportunities that we can give you. And from the date that you come in, we invest a lot in you in terms of developing your leadership capabilities, in terms of developing your functional capabilities, and you will get exposed to working with different people across layers, across countries, geographically. So there's a lot of BAT is actually like a school. There's a massive amount of knowledge that you can gain from joining BAT. I think there are some questions coming through in the
box. Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay, so in terms of the question on the topics, yes, it's relatively new as well. So I will share with you after the session. I will share with you, Huyen. I will share with everybody. We have a dedicated website for our Battle of Minds, competition. So there you can find a lot of information on these. Min, I'm not sure about this last question. What are the criterias of BAT examiner?
I
For
think
Battle
the
of
question,
Minds or recruitment process, or?
I think why not both? For both the competition, for the winner, what is what is the like the like portray of the winner team, and what is the portray of the management trainee in BAT? I think the question is around that.
Okay, so for the Battle of Minds competition, the criterias are it's something I mentioned before also. The solution attractiveness, what is the ESG value that it will give? What is your executional strategy? What does your team look like? How would you handle your presentation and question and answer sessions? Those are the main criteria that we look at. And what benefit can it give in terms of the ESG space? If the question is around the GG program, it's a quite lengthy process, because the expectation is when you come join BAT as a global graduate, within a span of 10 to 15 years, we want you to be the head of the function. So it's very high intense. There's a lot of areas that you can learn on if you join as a GG, but there's a lot of expectations on you also, because basically what we are doing is we are hiring for tomorrow. We want you to be a senior leader. We want you to be a functional head. We want you to be a director within a very short span of time. And for you to get there, we will give you all the support you need. When it comes to the process, the first step is we have this test called a Pi Matrix. So you first apply online. You go through a Pi Matrix assessment, which is like a behavioral assessment that we do. After that, if you're successful from that, then only we start shortlisting the CVs. So we are basically looking at undergraduates who have a strong academic track record, who have proven leadership capabilities. So that is what we basically look at. It doesn't matter whether you have experience or not. Even if you don't have even internship experience, if you don't have, that is not an area that we will, negate or reject a CV over. But then you will have a first interview, usually with a representative from HR, and then another representative from the function that we are hiring. So if it's a trade or a brand's global graduate, our brand manager or our regional manager would sit in the interviews. So then the first interview. After the first interview, you will have an assessment center. That is actually the trickiest part in the whole recruitment process. So how it works is it's like a half a day session. There are different activities. First activity is a group activity. So only the top 6 best candidates of the process will go into the assessment center. So we don't have an assessment center until we have the top 6. So because of that, the process might take actually a bit long, because you might be ready for the assessment center, but I need to find 5 more candidates who can come to the assessment center. So the first activity will be an assessment center based on a case study, which is a group exercise. The second activity is more or less like a role play. So the same case study will continue. You will be given a task, and then one of our assessors and you will have a conversation for like 20 minutes or so on that particular subject. The third activity is another face-to-face interview kind of a thing, where we ask about your leadership capabilities as well as your experience within the day. So that is what the third or the assessment center looks like. If you are successful from the assessment center, you will need to go through an interview with a head of function. So if you're joining as a trade global graduate, you have to have a interview with a head of trade. Like I said, the process is quite cumbersome. It takes a long time, and also not the easiest process to get through. But if once you get through, there will be enough and more opportunities for you. There will be a lot of support for you. And you know, you can enhance your leadership, you can enhance your commercial, you can enhance your functional. All those capabilities will be, you know, considered for development if you get selected as a GG into the company. And the program is actually 18 months. So every 6 months there will be an evaluation to decide whether you're going to make it or break it. So if you're successful post 18 months, you will graduate the program as a junior manager into the company. No, okay, I'm going back to the questions. So whatever the proposal that you give for the local round, it's the same thing that you need to present to the global round. You don't have to bring or look at brand new proposals. There could be changes to the proposal based on the feedback that you get from the BAT mentors, but the basic idea of it cannot change. It has to be the same thing.
Okay, so I think we have around like only 10 minutes left. So any students, if you still have any question, please like utilize this opportunity. So I think we come to the next question from the audience and to the organizer. I see that in BAT, there are many positions in trade marketing. If I want to pursue a position in brand marketing, is BAT a good place for me?
Yes. Yeah, we guys, give me a minute. I just sent you the link for the Battle of Minds competition also. Let me be very honest. Lot of opportunities. If you take the marketing structure of BAT Vietnam, it's very trade heavy. Lot of opportunities in trade that comes through. Brands also, there are opportunities, but if you compare with trade, brands would have limited opportunities. So if you look at the brand structure, it's quite small in BAT Vietnam, but I'm sure there's a lot that you can learn from there also. But trade actually has an edge because of the nature of the work that it encompasses. We actually have two, is it 2 or 3? Currently in our marketing structure, we have 2 to 3 global graduates who came in as, we currently have 2 to 3 brand managers who came in as global graduates. So yes, there's an area that you can explore definitely. But unfortunately, we don't foresee this year that we will be recruiting any brands GGs. But what's coming up, guys, if you are interested, is manufacturing, supply chain, and finance. Those 3 areas, we will be opening up vacancies or adverts very soon.
Okay, the next question is, I'm having an MBA degree. When I join BAT, can I start in the higher position or intern? I think, yeah, they expect this question is expecting a higher entry position.
Is there any experience tagged to the MBA, or is it only the MBA?
Oh, the question is only that. So I actually I don't know about the previous experience of that person, but I think for MBA, I think at least they should have at least 2 years of experience.
Yeah, ideal scenario is MBA plus a little bit of experience, but it depends on, you know, I wouldn't just say that because you have 0 experience, you have to start as an intern. No, that's not the case. So management training would be a good program for you to actually apply for, because within 1 year, within 1.5 years, you are a junior manager into the organization. But with just the MBA, senior executive level kind of positions is something we can explore, but not gonna lie, will not be very easy. So global graduate would be actually the easiest path to take in.
Okay, thank you. I think in my list, all the question about BAT and Bachelor of Mines, I will answer. So the student in the room, do you still have any other question for Ms. Kushani? I think we have 5 minutes left only. So I
Guys,
think
also
when
let
we
me just
wait for
quickly,
any other last question. Yeah.
and if you guys have any questions, you know, after this, if you guys think of anything else, whatever, that is my email address. I hope everyone can see it. So just drop me an email if there's anything. And let me also try and hope you guys are actually following our Facebook page. All the vacancies, everything that you need to know about the competition, all of that is we are quite active on our Facebook page, so that would be the best way to get to know a bit more about the company, and also LinkedIn. Can I just ask a random question? Did you guys actually know about BAT before this, or you hadn't heard about the company? Do you guys know that there's a company called BAT in Vietnam?
Ok, các bạn ơi, các bạn có thể trả lời trong box chat ha.
Huyen says yes. Thanks, Huyen. No, that's actually something I just, whenever I meet young students, that's actually something that's a question that I ask every time I meet somebody, to know whether what we do is working or whether there's anything else that we need to do. So I appreciate the feedback. Thanks.
Okay, so I think this event is like coming to the end. So thanks a lot, Ms. Kushani and BAT for joining the event today. And we have a lot of information from the site. And I hope that in the version of 2023, we'll have more opportunities to talk to you and talk to BAT so that we can bring the competition to more students.
Definitely.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Kushani.
Thank you, guys. Bye.